guys, welcome to another episode of Meet Your Coach. This is Westfield Athletics and we're on the Do More CrossFit YouTube channel. Today's guest is Andrew Warwick, and we're going to talk to him a little bit about his athletic past, how he got into CrossFit, and maybe his fitness plans for the future. So Andrew, tell us a little bit about your athletic history, what sports you played before CrossFit.
Okay. Sport-wise, I started young. My dad was a big soccer guy from England, so soccer was always big. All the brothers played. He coached us. So soccer growing up, real bad at baseball. I tried that for a little bit. Basketball a little bit, not very good at that either. And then I transitioned with soccer and football and just decided to focus directly on football. And I played that for a long time. And if we're counting the sport of CrossFit, as a
what
sport.
Position do you play in football?
Football is a middle linebacker DN. It's like a hybrid position. Defense, basically just hit people, which I like to do. So that was always fun.
And you're one of our coaches that studied fitness, athletic training, that sort of thing in college. So what got you into that, and what was your degree in?
I started at engineering because my dad was an engineer. And then I'd always done that. I'd always read about fitness. I'd always trained my friends from a young age. My brothers got me working out at a really young age. And it was just like kind of destined. I feel like that was my passion. And even though like I'm good at math and engineering, it kind of just, I led myself to that, and like with my family and everything.
That's cool. And so what did you do? What was your degree in?
It was in exercise science, so we have a bunch of different branches, and then nutrition fitness is really broad. You have to do a little bit of physical therapy, a little bit of physical education, a little bit of kind of everything, but then it's a lot of science for the nutrition, and then a lot of physiology, exercise physiology, anatomy for the fitness aspect of it. But it's really, really broad, but it's pretty cool because it's all encompassing, and you kind of learn a little bit about everything, but really hone in on the exercise programming and nutrition type stuff.
See, guys, Andrew's way smarter than you thought he is. So after college, what did you do? And then when did you find CrossFit?
I've been training my friends for a really long time, since really, really young age, but I got certified from ISSA and NASM in college. But I mean, we were studying that anyway, so it was really easy to get the certs. And then I was working at LA Fitness. It's kind of like, it's like the very like startup. I always tell people it's like, if you're a really good bartender, it's like the Chili's of gyms, right? You start out working at that, and then you make your way. After I graduated, I got a job at the boxing club in San Diego. Super good fighters in there. We had like some big MMA guys. Pacquiao dropped in a couple times. Some of the Chargers were there. So I was in charge of some of the programming for those guys. And it was super fun because like I think I was telling you this earlier, they just do whatever you say. So it's kind of different going from training just, everyday people, which I love, to training people who, if they don't work out right, that's their livelihood. So that was really fun doing that outside of that.
And how did you find CrossFit?
Super random. So I actually started at Brick CrossFit. I had lived across the street from Pacific Beach CrossFit. And the funny thing is, I didn't know that the weights were different weights because we had different colored weights in football. So I saw girls with like what I thought was like 345s on each side doing clean and jerks. I'm like, oh man, that's insane. Like little girls are clean and jerking 315. So I was like, oh, I'm never going to do that. I'm kind of done lifting heavy. This is probably in 2009, maybe all the way till 12. And then in 2012, halfway through the year, I had a job, a personal training job here that just like wasn't what it said it was going to be, unfortunately. But I was just applying to every single gym, and a lot of our members actually came from BX. Brick was trying to open up a strength and conditioning, like high intensity gym. And so they wanted a strength and conditioning guy. I applied. I walked in and I didn't even know I applied to a CrossFit gym. I walked in there and see butterfly pull-ups and all kinds of crazy stuff going on, people walking on their hands. I'm like, what am I doing here? This is terrible. I'm never going to do this. But yeah, they hired me right away. And then one of the things that they had me do was you have to get CrossFit certified. And they took care of it, but they're like, we really want you to learn it. And I remember I was really, really good at some things and then also really bad at other things. But it was like, it just came kind of easy to me, the sport aspect of it. So it was just like, okay, I'm good at this. I might as well do it and coach it too.
And when was your first time competing?
The first open workout that I ever did that was logged, I think the clean and jerk and the toes to bar workout. Yeah, that was the first.
2013.
Yeah, I just
13.4.
Yeah, so 13.1, whatever that was. was the first open workout.
That was the snatches and the burpees.
Yeah, that workout. That was the first workout I did. And I mean, I wish I could go back and do that workout because I couldn't snatch. I was muscle snatching like 165. I never learned how to snatch, reverse grip in all my pull-ups. But I think 2013 was like my first open. And then they had this huge competition, and it was one-on-one, and you moved on to the next athlete. It was pretty cool. It's tournament style. It was over in like Cheeto Hills area. We ended up messing up and running out of time, so they had to throw everyone in and just like against each other in like one last heat. And I got second in that. And then this goes out for all those people that keep doing scaled and intermediate competitions. We've already podiumed at one. You're no longer allowed to do that anymore. No longer allowed. So I got second on that, and then I did, I think a year, like 6 months later, I did some team ones at the Shakedown, which were badass back then because you'd see like Sam Briggs, Becca Voigts, when SoCal had all the games athletes. We were always in the middle of the pack on that. And then my first individual one was it NLI? NLI?
Oh, yeah.
NLI, yeah, that was fun. Yeah. I remember my max clean and jerk on the ladder was only 245. But I got second on that one too. So I'm like, if I'm getting second, like I got to go up. I really only did team competitions. My first individual competition was regionals.
In 2016?
In 2016, first time I've ever competed individually, ever. And I remember we had like 7 or 8 games guys in the.
That's also the year you didn't video your open workout and you had to redo it.
Oh my God, dude, yeah.
I remember that.
So stupid. So I made
always video your open
always
workouts
video open workout.
Trying to make
yeah. So anyways, I made it and I was super stoked. Obviously, like how everyone was tripping. How'd you make it? No gymnastics in the open. That's how I made it. But
what was that workout? It was like clean.
It was a clean double under one that they've repeated. Clean ladder, double under toes to bar.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the only workout that I had that wasn't in the top 20 that year, I think.
Yeah, so but you had a decent score and you had to redo it.
I murdered every other workout. So that was the workout that if I did bad in, if I missed one clean, it took me out of contention. So I did the workout and obviously did well. I was at home and like all my friends like, yo, let's party. You made regionals, whatever. You're like, yeah, I'm about to start drinking and having a good time. And then Caesar, who was a coach at Brick, texted me and he's like, yo, they're asking for the video. I didn't think I was going to make it. Of the only 2 workouts you didn't do, and this was the hardest one, hands down. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go tomorrow and do it. So I did it. I didn't get the clean. So, and I had repeated it already during the time, and I didn't get as good of a score. So this is the 3rd time I did it. Then I waited 2 days later. I did it with Carly. Remember Carly from Bakersfield?
Stone?
Yeah. No, Carly.
Oh, yeah.
She's one of your homies. I drove to Bakersfield to do it on my way to LA. I missed the clean again, the 275. I got one less. And then I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I'm so screwed. I drove to Brick. The workout had to be released. This is my 5th time doing the workout. The workout had to be released. I wasn't deloaded at all. I deload before I could do these things. The workout had to be submitted at 3. I did it at 2:45. I finished it and I made the last clean. And it was just nuts. But yeah, I mean, that was my first.
Just see how much sweat.
Yeah, that was my first individual comp. I helped a couple teams get in prior to that. And then I was done. I was like, okay, I made it.
And then that year you were going to do team, but a bunch of people.
Yeah, the year I was going to do team, someone got rhabdo because they were trying to keep up with me in a workout. Someone got hit by a car. Someone moved. So we had like a dream team. We would have made the games for sure. That kind of got that team got broken up. So we created another dream team, and that's when you recruited me over to Paradiso. Yeah. I was not going to compete anymore.
After watching your stellar regional performance of
I dropped into a gym the other day and someone was like, I used to watch you when I was young. And like, you were the guy that wore Jordans. I was like, it was my first individual competition. I had squishy Jordans and there were 225 pound overhead squats from the ground. And I was doing those in like, I didn't.
And Strict Nate, which she did one.
I think I maybe had lifters, like my first pair of lifters by then.
Yeah, you had lifters. Yeah. You had those really ugly lifters.
I think I still wear those sometimes. But yeah, anyways, and then we competed. Unfortunately, like terrible
circumstances.
Like everything that bad could have happened, and we still barely missed the games. So then I was done. Local comps, like always do that for fun. And now I'm old, so we're gonna give it one more shot. We'll actually see how that goes tomorrow, and then.
The open workout was actually just released for this 2025 season, so We've all been talking about it all day, but Andrew is turning 40.
Yeah, I got about
in
6
April?
weeks. 6
April?
weeks.
Turning 40, so he's going to make a little run at trying to compete in that age group category. So
we got 5 weeks of hard training until then. But I'm officially hanging up the CrossFit shoes after not the competition wise. I'll take class after this year. I promise.
We'll see. But Andrew's really good at two things: training himself. He's good at like taking what I give him in programming, adding things in, knowing exactly what he needs to do, which is definitely a skill because most of us can't pick things that we want to do, or we can't make ourselves do things that we should do. But he's good at like doing running intervals, like adding in things, adding in bodybuilding. But he's also really good at fixing himself when he gets injured, because it's just part of this. If you want to be competitive, you're training so much longer than you normally would do just an hour of class a day. So, you know, things wear down, you do get injured. So he's good at kind of figuring out how to get past those injuries and train so that he can compete. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that.
I mean, we just have a team like of people that we know that are so much smarter, right, than us in that aspect. Through their knowledge, all of us have kind of learned how to like help people out and also just kind of fix ourselves. We got Stephanie upstairs who does, you know, acupuncture, who literally just saved my bicep tendon, like, and my chest, like with her and Dr. Jacob, who everyone should go to, a chiropractor. I'm actually going to see him right after this, and Dr. Steve for PT that helps us out a lot. And just like, we always text them and like, hey, what should we do? And you do that long enough and you start to kind of develop your own patterns, but always referring back to the people that know the most, right? Don't ever take away from the professionals. Creating different movements through that, and you can get very frustrated because like, okay, I'm not getting any more fit because I'm spending all this time doing this rehab and I'm not taking the time to do the cardio and the workouts. But you're going to spend the time doing that rehab and being able to work out later, or you're going to end up being injured and not being able to work out at all. But I think that we do a great job of the accessories here, right? And it's important to do those. Coaches always encourage scaling, just the bodybuilding stuff, and whether it's like a lat pull down machine, just, you know, bands, plates, anything that's going to work those smaller muscles that we neglect to make you move better and end up working on those bigger movements, right? Because you got to do the little stuff. And I think coming from a football and a bodybuilding background, that really helped me, because now I can come down from the pull-ups, a butterfly pull-up or a muscle up, knowing I have the muscles that are strong enough and all the small muscles, right, those fine muscles, to be able to perform those. But yeah, it's a long road, but I'd much rather be injured and fit than, you know, terribly out of shape and not injured.
And that's the hardest thing. I mean, Andrew's a good person to talk about longevity, but that's the hardest thing with people in class or doing CrossFit, is they think that it hurt them or that they will get hurt, and realizing that doing nothing is obviously hurting you in the long run, and this is going to help you when you're 60, 70, 80, stay fit. And injuries are part of it. Like, injuries are just part of training, and you can get through them. But I think for a lot of people, it just stops them. And it's like, ask a coach, ask Andrew, ask any of us. You could do private training with a coach that can help you with your injury. Like, especially a lot of us have been injured throughout our careers that we're like, oh, I know what to do for this, because we have talked to professionals. So it is, I think, something that people let take them out of what's really going to keep them healthy for the rest of their life. And this is fun. Yeah. Like, it's just fun. Like, to do, I do class, Andrew does class. Like, it's fun to work out and get your workout in and not think about it. And the other choice is, you know, not the greatest life in that back half of our life. So I think that's what you're going to do once you're not competing, is like still enjoy staying fit.
I'm not saying CrossFit's like the end all be all. Like, if you're someone that is watching this and you've never done CrossFit, the old kind of CrossFit was like, it's just like crazy. Like, when it originally came out, like, how can we break you? How much can you work out in this short amount of time? Whereas the approach that we take here, it's a strength and conditioning approach, right? You have your strength, you have your accessories, you have your conditioning. People look at our gym like, oh, that's a crazy gym. Like, they're competitive. We have like 10 people that want to compete, maybe 5. Right. And then we have the rest of the 200 plus people that are in here that are 70, right, that are 50, that are 60, that are trying to lose weight, that are just coming back from injuries, or just people that want to, you know, have a community and and just have a little bit of fun working out. And I'm not coming from any bias because I've worked at MMA gyms, I've done bodybuilding. I think like in terms, unless you're gonna fight for a full hour, like that would be the only thing, like, and you don't want to get punched in the face every day, right? That would mimic an hour of working out that CrossFit does. And that's also the only thing that I've done that mimics that is an hour of MMA training. But CrossFit, yeah, it's just, you're gonna get everything. And the best thing is you don't have to think about it. Like, I guarantee when I go to Golds after this, I'm gonna spend 2 hours doing something that I could get done in 45 minutes because I can, right? I have a little bit of free time on Thursdays. When I'm in here, it's like, I mean, I do my rehab, but that hour, it's fun, it goes by fast, everyone's, you know, helping you out, cheering you on. It's just like, it's great. It's just, it's something that everyone should try. It's a not knock it, don't knock it till you try it. And I think it comes from a lot of people that don't know professional, like, sports in terms of like bodybuilding, powerlifting, and Olympic weightlifting. Anyone that I talked to, like one of my buddies, Steve, was one of the #1 powerlifters, right, in the world. I know some of the #1 weightlifters in the United States, and you know, I have friends that have won bodybuilding pro cards. And if they take another like exercise option and they look at it and no one puts it down. I'm not putting bodybuilding down. I'm not putting powerlifting down. You look at it like all encompassing, like, hey, this is not better than this. Like, this is going to get you in shape. And I think like the people that know fitness know that CrossFit has opened doors for so many different aspects of fitness. Like, you go into the gym and you see so many people squatting to depth that you wouldn't have saw that back when I first started personal training. So yeah, it's definitely something to check out for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. And now our favorite question is, Andrew, who's your favorite member at our gym?
I have so many favorite members.
He really doesn't want to choose.
Yeah, if I had to choose anyone, I think it would be a Ricky, right? And he always uses his hands when he talks to me too. But Ricky, probably because he gives me like the most shit. He's always uplifting everyone, and he's just always like giving everyone a hard time, but like in a funny way. He also makes pastries. So, I mean, if you're bringing pastries,
put him over the top.
If you're bringing pastries to the gym, like you're automatically.
I mean, he doesn't just make pastries.
He's like the one that he's professional celebrity chef, like full all tatted up. But I think that Ricky, if we had the fittest chef in the world, I think he'd probably
want to have that competition.
Chef. But yeah, Ricky's up there for sure.
One other interesting thing about Andrew, or probably incomparable thing, I think Lauren Gravatt is the only other person I've seen be able to do this, is they kind of both have an ability to go a little bit further than their expected ability in a workout, especially a workout like he'll be doing tomorrow, which is hang, dumbbell clean and jerks, burpees and lunges, but where there's nothing really to stop you. Andrew has this ability that really takes you to that 1% of being able to push himself above and beyond and kind of turn his brain off, I think. So question always is, how do you do that? Or is there anything you're thinking about? Or is it just genetic, do you think?
Definitely not genetic. I mean, like, I've always trained like that. I don't know how to not train like that. In terms of like when it comes to those type of workouts, it actually took me a long time to not overtrain. Because you just want to train, right? And you want to go crazy. But my brothers started taking me to the gym. I said this before, when I was 10, and they were training me for sports. Like, it wasn't just like, I wasn't just trying to look good. I was trying to be the best at a sport at 10. So all my brothers were highly competitive athletes. So we'd go to the gym and we would just do crazy shit, like run sprints on the treadmill. We'd go on the stair stepper and we would go as high as it could for as long as we can. Stair stepper, great piece of equipment. Find me a gold.
We're gonna get one, I promise.
Anyways, I remember like ladies I was 10 to 12, 13, ladies would come up, just like older ladies, like, oh gosh, you guys sure train hard over there. And then football, I would always stay after and train more, and I always got in trouble, so they'd always also make me work out more by myself, like doing bear crawls, 100 yards. Just gotta talk too much. But yeah, I guess when I first started CrossFit, you take what you know from that, and you just go to a place where you just don't want to lose. And yeah, I mean, no one likes to lose in anything, right? Especially something that you really care about. But in between football and in between CrossFit, I just went to like plyos, bodybuilding, and every single day I would run 3 miles or do 20 minutes on the stairs, and the last 2 to 3 minutes I would go as fast as I could. And my rationale for this was, at some point you had to hunt your food, right? And so you weren't just going to chill, right? You were going to sprint. And if you're being chased, you're going to sprint. So I was like, I put myself in a survival mode no matter what I was doing that day. It did not matter. 3 minutes, I was going to go as fast as I could. I was running as fast as I could on the treadmill, almost falling, sprinting on the stair stepper. And I remember when I did my first, they had a fundamentals class at Brick because they wanted, like, I hadn't done CrossFit yet. And the coach was like an almost games athlete, is Andrea Ager. And she's like, you're crazy. Like, you're going to be good at CrossFit. But yeah, it's just like survival. It's like you think in your head, like, if I stop, I'm going to die. But when you're going,
a tiger's going to eat me.
A tiger's going to eat me. Yeah. Or like my family doesn't eat unless I finish this. But I cannot tell you how many times, I've never done it. I cannot tell you how many times, probably 70% of the open workouts, I want to fake an injury. And I just want to be like, oh, my knee, I can't do it anymore. If you don't want to fake an injury halfway through your workout, are you really even trying that hard? Because yeah, I've definitely wanted to fake injuries more times.
Andrew definitely talks about like how bad he feels, how he didn't sleep. There's a lot of talk before the workout.
It's not
a lot of like, oh, it might not go well.
I don't feel good.
And it goes really well.
I don't feel good ever during an open workout. Like it's like you immediately start, my heart rate jumps up. I have a really low heart rate, it's in the 40s when I'm sleeping, but it gets so high when I'm working out, and it doesn't take its time to get there. It's like 3, 2, 1, 220 heart rate, right? And then you're just like, I have to hold this for 20 minutes, but I do it. So yeah, you gotta think about like the craziest thing and just, or like something you really want, and just like say, okay, like there's this like car I've been wanting, or like, you know, if I don't do this, I'm never gonna get that car. Just like think of something in your head super crazy and just psych yourself out.
All right. Yeah. Well, elite advice from Andrew. That's going to be it for today. I'm Jessica McCoy. This is Andrew Warwick, and we're in Westfield Athletics, home of Do More CrossFit. So thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe, please. And that's it. Do more.